What's going on, Gromies? It is Uncle Ben. This is our week 9 update. We're going over, hey, pH, does it matter in living soil? We also have to feed our fast flower plants. So it's a little bit different from our photo period. So stay tuned for that. Last but not least, we had a plant that died on us, so we got to replace it. Cool strand. So stay tuned and keep it locked in.
He's popping the seeds and growing the greens, building that soil with the cleanest means. Sunshine, water, healthy plants from end to end. You're growing with Uncle Ben.
Growin Uncle Ben is sponsored by True Organic, a worldwide leader in organic fertilizers. Their products are 100% pathogen-free and designed to build living soil so your plants can thrive. Growing with Uncle Ben is also sponsored by Mr. Mike's Premium Worm Castings, packed with beneficial microbes and natural nutrients to bring life back into your soil. Growing with Uncle Ben is sponsored by Torch Mode Studios. They create AI-powered cinematic visuals, commercials, and promo reels built to make your brand impossible to ignore. They take your ideas and elevate the vibe of your business. When attention is the game, they help you rise above the noise. Torch Mode Studios. Ignite your brand.
Torch Mode!
So now we're getting ready to feed our fast flower plant. So a fast flower is a cross between a photoperiod and an autoflower. So it's kind of performing, most of these are from the brother Astro Bishop. He bred these fast flowers. So some of them have a period where they flower in 5 weeks, some 8 weeks, 7 weeks, like that. So today we're feeding the Bishop OG there in the back. And yeah, these plants are looking good. So let's get to feeding. So first off, we got our worm castings here from Mr. Mike. You're going 2 cups. Next, we're doing a full cup of our 2A4. And the reason why we're doing a full cup of the 2A4, 2 reasons. One, we're not doing a full 3-cup feed right now because of the size of the plants. And also the reason why I'm dialing back the feed on our fast flowers because I've never grown fast flowers before, and I don't want to make a mistake overfeeding them. Right now the plants look perfect. From stem to tip, perfect green all the way up. All the leaves are green, so I know we're doing it right. So don't want to overdo it. Just want to give it just enough to make sure we get to that next stage of growth. So for the 2A4, because they are showing buds and they are in flower now, you're going to give them a full cup of this. So again, I like to pour into this because sometimes when you pull your measuring cup out the bag, it spills, and I've had, this stuff too expensive to be spilling. So there you go. You got us a full cup of that. Now, because we still want to encourage our growth, we got our 444 from True Organic and my folks. So I'm doing a half a cup. Ooh. Last but not least, we have our eggshell powder. Remember, so check out. I have a video on how to make this at home. It's a very easy step. So make sure you check that out. So here we go. Just gonna put that in there. We're doing 2 tablespoons. So again, I feed every month. It's the first of the month. I feed on the first. So every first I give the plants a feed and also make sure I include calcium. And then I'm going to water it in with this mix over here we'll talk about later. So I'm just going to mix this up together. So it doesn't have to be perfect because we're going to mix it up in our soil. So let's get to it. So we're working with here the Bishop OG. Got an electroculture rod in there. So we're tracking that experiment as well. See how that is affecting our plant. So yeah, if you look at this, what's crazy about this grow Hey, baby, zoom in here. Look. There's trichomes forming on the fan leaves. These plants are looking good. They're prayed up, real healthy. So now, let's put this feed around the base of the plant. So now I got it mixed up pretty good and put this down. So what I do, you just pour this around the base. And I'm going to scratch this in around the first, 2 to 4 inches deep. I have my hand trowel or rake here. I'm just mixing that into the soil. And then I'm going to water it in with fish and seaweed fertilizer. You've probably seen me mention that on this show several times. That's one of my good homeboys. Fish and seaweed fertilizer. Also liquid humate 12. They hang out together. Um, Introducing. So now we got that worked in pretty good. Get it around in here. Yeah. So now we're going to water it in. So the fish and seaweed fertilizer with the liquid humate 12 is a 1-2 punch of microbes for your soil and the enzymes it needs to really help break down the nutrients. And you got your molasses in there that has sugars that helps with the microbes in the soil. And also it feels like every time I use molasses in my grows, the plant seems to smoke a little smoother, taste a little better. So I encourage that. So there you go. We fed our plant. We gave our soil a good soak of fish and seaweed fertilizer, liquid humate 12, and some molasses. So again, the fish and seaweed fertilizer is the microbes. The liquid humate 12. Think of it like this: the fish and seaweed fertilizer, your troops, your microbes. Remember, they go in, they break down your feed. The liquid humate 12s are the resources that they need, like their meal rations, the rifle rounds, stuff like that, that the microbes need to make sure they populate uh, and do what they need to do to make sure they break down the feed that you put in your plants. All right, Bromies, look, we have a situation here. My beloved strand Bubble Guts. This is my cross with OG Kush and Blue Dream. It just died out of nowhere. It's still early in the grow season, so we keep the line pushing. One of the Gromies on Discord, anonymously, no name or nothing on the envelope, nothing, sent some seeds. And all 3 strands looked very appealing, but one really caught my mind. It was a moon OG, sour apple OG cross. So we're gonna put that in here and replace this. So first off, we gotta get this old stuff out of here. So we're just gonna kind of dig around it to loosen up the root ball, make it easy to pull out. There you go. See? Wasn't that hard, man. Get that out of there. R.I.P. Now, bubble guts gone. So now we're gonna just mix the soil up a little bit. So with this pot, I didn't feed it like I fed the other pots because the plant was dying, obviously. So I didn't want to waste the feed, and I also knew that I was going to replace it. So I didn't want to make the soil too hot for the seedling. So I did not put feed like I did the other pots in this pot. So here we go. I like to do what's called the pinky method because we have our friend Microbes here that we really want to make sure we incorporate into our grow. So when I use my pinky, I'm going to put my pinky all the way down to the knuckle here. And this first part of my pinky, I'm going to fill with mycorrhizae. The second part of my pinky, I'm going to fill with dirt. And this last part of my pinky here, I want to put the seed here and then cover the rest with dirt. So I'm going to stick my pinky in the dirt. Now see in there, pinky's a good measuring tool for germinating seeds. I do not believe in germinating seeds with a paper towel or anything like that. So I just kind of guesstimate. That's good enough. I take some soil, fill in the hole there. Now I'm ready for my seed. So the idea is because mycorrhizae is a root inoculant, it has to come in contact with the root. So once the seed germinates, that taproot will grow through that bed of mycorrhizae and it will inoculate with the taproot, which is very, very beneficial to the seed. So here's our seeds here. Moon Skunk OG crossed with sour apple OG. Let's see. I like how that one looks right there. Boom. So here's our seed. I will pick the best one. I like the darker looking seed. So I'm going with this one. Now I'm just going to drop it in there. I'm going to cover it with dirt. So I'm going to mark where I put this because I need to go get so make sure I cover it with my humidity dome. So now I'm going to water in lightly. Turn this setting to shower. Just a little light water. And the reason why I'm putting just a little bit of water here so the humidity will come up in our humidity dome. So this is a cup we got from Costco. It's a plastic little party wine cup. All I did was to make this humidity dome, I took a nail, I heated it up with a cigarette lighter, and just put it to the top of this. So this allows air to come into your dome, but also so your ceiling can breathe. So we want to capture our humidity so our seeds can germinate. Water it in a little bit. Again, you don't have to drench this with water. We just want to make sure that it has enough moisture to create humidity in the dome. So if you look, hey, grow me, so we have it planted. It's our Moon Skunk OG, Sour Apple OG cross. So now you start to see the humidity is fogging up our dome inside. So the important thing that you want to know about germinating seeds is soil temperature and humidity. So you want to make sure it's warm enough, at least 55 degrees or warmer. So especially for cannabis, you want a little bit higher than that, 60s, 70s. And you want to get a good amount of humidity around the base of the soil there where the seed is so it can germinate. So we'll check back on this and probably drop a short updating y'all on how it's going throughout the week. So give it about 3 or 4 days. We should start seeing something come out the pot. And we got this one with our electroculture rod. So we're going to see how it goes. So here's a quick overview of the garden. So over here, I'm going to do some like herbs, vegetables, maybe some lettuce, see if how that work. I know it's getting warm, but maybe some squash or something like that. But here's our girlies. So you can go down the line. Well, yeah, this Moon Skunk OG replace our Bubble Gus that passed away. We got our strawberry cheese from my man F. Bills. So we had 2 males to replace, so this one stepped up the bat. Strawberry cheesecake. We got my man here, Astro Bishop. It's Amen. Fast flower 7 week. Look at that. Look at that. All up and down the leaves. There's trichomes on it already. Oh man. That thing is flawless plant. So what's the next one over here? Another Astro Bishop. Super berry muffin. 5 week fast flower. Man. These things are overperforming. Oh man, got juice. He got this from C Connect, juicy fruit. It's going to move you. This thing is moving. Look, it's moving and grooving. It's growing up. Look at that. These plants are getting everything they need. This is Sugar Rush. Oh man, got juice 13. So this is he got the seed from Seed Connect. He wanted to see it grown, so I said, "I got you, big dog." So he threw it in the dirt. So I don't know, something happened where I don't know if you guys can see it right there. The plant got clipped right there at the top, so it kind of got an inverted topping. So these two shoots here came up. So now I may have to frame those out in case they, but sometimes when your main shoot gets broken up and those two main shoots starts to shoot up, they get weak. You may have to reinforce them. So this is another 8-minute fast flower from my man Astro Bishop. Look at that. Leaves standing straight up in the air. Look, you can see the whole underside of the leaf is standing up. Amazing production. Everything's looking good. All the way down, looking good. What do we have here? Oh man, look, it's already flowering. What's crazy about this, man, is this trichomes up and down the fan leaves. Growins, tell me if y'all have ever had trichomes on your fan leaves. It's crazy. This is another Amen fast flower. Got this one electro rod. This Amen don't have an electro rod. Uh-oh, it's kind of leading the pack here. So let's see. Remember, we got our electro rod culture experiment going. So we have two different strands running it. Man. Hey, Grovies. When you're dealing with soil, pH isn't really something that you're chasing, like as if you're dealing with hydroponic grows, deep water culture. So I have a pH meter. I don't use it. I read my plant. I use my plant as my pH meter. Now, my plant, looking at this one, from stem all the way to the tip of the leaf, is a beautiful green color all the way through, no discolorations. There's even like some trichomes forming on there a little bit. This way I know that my pH is right where it needs to be. I don't need to measure it. So, but if you need to measure it, do it before you feed, because that's when the microbes in your soil is the least active and you'll get the most accurate reading. All right, Gromies, that is our week 9 update. We went over pH. Doesn't matter. We went over our girlies and see how they're doing. We fed one of them. They're all fast flowers, so they're doing a little bit different than your traditional photoperiod, so we had to feed them accordingly. We also had to replace a plant that died. So if you're not subscribed, make sure you hit that button, subscribe, like. Hey, Gromies, it's Uncle Ben. Again, week 9 update. Keep it growing.
He's popping the seeds and growing the greens, building that soil with the cleanest means. Sunshine, water, healthy plants from end to end. You're growing with Uncle Ben.